welcome back. So what we have left to do is we have to put in the mountain, which we're going to do right now. And let's start with a dark color. This color I mixed from alizarin crimson, some of that blue, and then from there you can just kind of fool around with what you need to make it dark. You can throw in some green. You can throw in a darker blue. If you're going to put in blues, maybe you want to put in some of that orange. But there's all sorts of ways to get a nice, rich, dark color without using premixed black. Because premixed black, it's not really black. Usually it's a lot of blue and then, some red and yellow and throw it in a tube and that's that. I just don't like it. It's very dead, very lifeless. Now, these mountains, you can do whatever you want, but I'm trying to say they're very far away. They're not really even the center of interest of our painting, although they could be a secondary center of interest. Once we have this base color down, the reason we need to have it dark is because you always put highlights over your dark color, so that's what I'm doing now. And at the bottom, down here, drag out some of the paint, maybe get your brush just a little bit wet, make the paint a little bit thinner, and at the bottom we're going to have a slightly lighter color because of just the way that the light hits the mountains. As it goes down, it will become a little bit lighter usually. Maybe sometimes there's even some fog sitting down there, you never know. But anyways, this makes it look nice. Isn't that a nice contrast between the back and the mountain? So, while I wash my brushes here and pick out something new and try and keep hairs from falling out, I'll just talk to you and try and keep you amused, although I'm sure I do a terrible job. Okay. We want to use the same sky color for highlighting bits of our snow. So, blue and white, that's really all you need. You can gray it down a little bit with some orange if you want to, but be very careful because the blue is a really nice color. Okay, now the secret to the snow is you need breaks in it. So follow the edges down and always keep this color on the same side with the rest of the mountain, whatever you do. So here I've got on the left, I'm going to keep it on the left on all these different peaks and stuff. That's really important to make it look believable. And see how you let some of the dark colors show through? If you don't let some of the dark colors show through, you're losing everything that you spent all the time making, so let some of it show through. It's not a problem. And on the other side, there's going to be a different color. Right now I'm just cleaning up some of these edges here. But on the other side, there's going to be the color of maybe something else. Maybe there's going to be the reflected color of sunlight on the snow. And let me just say once again, the snow takes a very gentle touch. Very gentle. Because you want the breaks in it. You don't want to just, stripe this one color down the whole side of the thing. Don't bathe it down the whole side of this. Just make it nice. Alright. At the bottom here, it's going to be a little bit more covered. So I'm just filling in as I go. Okay. On the other side, like I was saying, you could have maybe a pinkish color on the snow because the sunlight's coming in and hitting it. So I'm just going to do this on the reverse side because the way that light works is you have usually some source, unless the light's directly behind something. Now in this, the sunlight is pretty much behind it, but I'm going to say it comes a little bit through on the right hand side, just a bit, and I'm going to hint at this with just a little bit of snow that reflects the color of that sunlight. Otherwise the snow is reflecting the color of shadows and maybe the sky above. So the blue and then just reflections off of other trees and things. So you do this and you gotta be really careful not to overdo it, because you can overdo things very, very quickly. If you cover up all your dark areas, you will lose all the interest that you created with the snow, okay? So be careful. Oh, someone left me a comment saying they wish I could get a better video camera. Please invest in a better video camera. And I responded to that, but basically my response was just to say the video camera is okay. It does its job, and you know, I'm not charging money for this, and I'm not making money off of this, so it is what it is. But really the problem is just that YouTube has a limit on the file size and a limit on the 10-minute time that it's supposed to be able to upload. Now, I don't know if they've changed that or not. I think for you guys it probably works out better having the 10-minute videos, right? Because at least you don't have to wait for the entire thing to load if you want to go to the end or whatever. But that does put limits on me and how good the video can look and how big it can be and all this. But also I want to make a note that you know, the lighting in my studio is okay for me as the painter. I can see okay, but for the video camera, it's really not good enough. There's not enough overhead light, and I also like to use quite a bit of daylight because that shows the colors that people will see when these paintings are in their houses and whatnot. So as the day moves on and the sun sinks in the sky and stuff, the painting becomes darker, and the video camera becomes grainier. Okay, so what I'm doing now, we finished our mountain. We're gonna go to these little foothills in the front. Leave some room between where we lighten that color at the base of the mountain, and then once we put in this dark color, this is a green mixed with you know, alizarin crimson, a little bit of blue, those kind of gray but also darken it and stuff. So with this one, we want to go back, lighten the base of that too with some white, and I'm not a big fan of a lot of work, so I don't want to go back right now and open up another tube of paint, so I'm just going and throwing in some blue because I lightened it a bit more than I wanted to. I'm also going to try and blend it together just a bit with my finger here. Your fingers are a really great blending tool, so if you ever want to maybe wipe up a smudge very quickly or anything like that, use your finger, dip it in a little bit of water, you can wipe away a mistake. With oils, you can get a rag out, you can wipe it away, but with the acrylics, you got to be very, very fast. Okay, so let's move on. Let's put in a little valley of trees right in the front. So just kind of bounce your brush up and down. Use a flat brush. Flat brush works really well. And I'm just going to put these trees in. So keep going, keep going, keep going. We're going to be coming to the end of this one very quickly. So I want to say thanks you guys for all the feedback that I get, and thanks for watching, and I hope these are enjoyable. So down at the base here, just kind of scrub in some of that color, because we don't really care that it's not a place where we want people to necessarily be looking. So just scrub it in. It doesn't matter. Scrub, scrub, scrub. This also, with the scrubbing, creates variations that we want as painters, because, you know, people get confused and think we spent all this time on it, but we didn't. Okay, thanks. I'll see you in the next one.